This is CSI Today. Today!
Welcome to CSI Today. I'm Francisco Limon.
And I'm Pamela Hernandez Botello. Today's top story, the Federal Lunch Program. What is it and how does it work? ISIS is a terrorist group that started as a part of Al-Qaeda in 2004. They became known as ISIS 2 years later and continued to operate under Al-Qaeda until 2014, in which they were disowned and became independent. They have taken territory that lies within central Iraq and northern Syria. They now rule over areas that are larger than the United Kingdom.
In addition to regional activity, they have also threatened countries overseas, including the United States. Their main goal for now is to create a single Islamic government over all the Middle East. After creating a stable government there, many believe they hope to branch out to other lands. As of right now, 60 nations have already put in effort to diminish their power.
Oil prices have been at record lows, trading for around $50 a barrel. Crude oil's prices are down by more than half from their June 2014 peak of $107 per gallon, and they may fall more, perhaps even as low as $10 to $20 per gallon, according to A. Gary Schilling, president of A. Gary Schilling and Company.
Some reasons for this may be the mandatory increase of miles per gallon that cars are required to meet as per federal law, as well as better technology that makes oil extraction more efficient. These reasons alone may tell us why global oil demand is weak and might decline even further.
In simple economics, as demand for oil drops, so does the price. At the same time, output is climbing, all thanks in large part to increased oil production in the U.S. U.S. output rose by 15% in the last 12 months, based on the latest data, while imports declined 4% according to A. Gary Schilling.
Why should you care about this, Mavericks? Well, the lower the oil prices, the cheaper gas becomes. But every good thing has its price. If the U.S. continues to produce oil, the more potential damage there may be to the environment. If you've ever seen a senior on campus selling those delicious chocolates, then you may have asked yourself, why aren't they supposed to sell them during school hours? Your first reaction may be to suggest it is a teacher rule or perhaps a school policy. The real answer though? Federal law.
Today we take a look at the Federal Lunch Program, what it is and how it affects you, and millions of children around the country. Earlier today, Francisco and I sat down with education and nutrition experts to get some answers regarding this government program.
One of the limitations we have with the lunch program is if we choose to participate in it, the only food that we can serve is any food that's part of the lunch program. So sometimes it's unclear to students why we can and cannot do certain things. So it's established by the federal government, controlled by the federal government.
A hot topic here on campus lately has been the lunch program. Before we dive into the issue, we want to ask our fellow Mavericks what they know about the federal lunch program. Here is our field reporter George Reyes to tell us more.
What do you know about the federal lunch program? Not much. I see.
Well, I know that the National School Lunch Program is a federally assisted meal program. Schools and child care facilities participate in it. The goal is to provide balanced nutritional meals on a daily basis during school days.
Like less fast food and more healthy food?
Thank you, George. To explore the issue further, we would like to introduce our panel. Southridge Jr. and Education Policy Expert Skylar Logan.
And Southridge Senior nutrition expert Chris Ayala.
Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Mr. Logan, can you please explain what the Federal Lunch Program is?
Well, the Federal Lunch Program is a federally assisted program to help supply qualifying schools with low-cost foods that must meet certain dietary restrictions. And what that means is that the federal government uses tax dollars to help pay for qualifying students that meet certain financial qualifications, help pay for their food.
Mr. Logan, you mentioned dietary guidelines and restrictions. Mr. Ayala, can you please expand these restrictions?
Yeah, as far as dietary specifications and restrictions goes, through grades 9 through 12, a minimum calories must have 750, and the maximum number of calories is 850. The sodium content must be less than or equal to 1,420.
And what are the benefits of this federal program?
Well, access to a balanced, nutritious lunch that includes whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and milk improves academic performance, concentration, and fewer behavioral problems. Participation in this program can assist in developing good eating habits, and as far as the school benefits go, it gives cash reimbursements to them, and it enforces wellness policies to help schools address obesity problems and promotes physical activity.
Interesting. Mr. Logan, can you please explain the faults in the federal lunch program?
Well, you see, the fact is that the guidelines are a bit too strict and rigid. Yes, we should be trying to change things. There is a big problem in our nation, and especially with our adolescents, with health, and we should be trying to fix things, but the way we went about implementing this just is a bit too strict, and it leads to incredible amounts of waste of food and money. An NSBA survey says that 4/5 of school districts see an increase in food waste, and 81.8% of schools saw an increase in costs, and 76.5% saw a reduction in student participation. You see, the students are refusing to eat this food. They're required to get it, and yet they just throw it away, and it's just wasting an incredible amount of food and thus money. And we need to, yes, we need to try to change things, but we have to go about this a little bit differently.
And does benefit people, especially the ones who rely on that meal as its only meal for the day. Unfortunately, we're running out of time.
If you have any questions regarding this issue, you can email us at csitoday@gmail.com.
Thank you for your time. I'm Francisco Limon.
And I'm Pamela Hernandez.
And this is CSI Today. Some reasons for this may be the federal...
I just blanked.
And I can't read. And became independent.
Okay. Fire. Fire. Your turn.
Shea Batello?
Yeah.
No, Bateo, you got it.